What's up, everyone and legends? Welcome to BTC Web3 Gaming. So it's me again, your girl Regina in the house. And today's stream, it's the next level because we're diving headfirst into the magical chaos of Forgotten Runiverse. Yeah, the hype is real with their brand new season, the Moonlit Wilds. So to think of a mysterious forest, epic battles, and wild quests that will keep you on the edge of your seat. But wait, guys, there's more because Forgotten Runiverse just shook things up in the big way. They just officially announced last April 3 that the Pixel token is now integrating in their game. So, it's a big news and a big one, right? Technically, here we're not just going to play a gameplay for Forgotten Runiverse. We will also interviewing the main masters behind the game and unlocking some major secrets about their game and what's coming next. So big things are really coming the horizon. So please buckle up, hit that follow button, and join us for some insane gameplay, exclusive dev talks, and non-stop Web3 vibes right now here on BTC Web3 Gaming. Yeah, so let's crank it up. Start first with the official trailer of the Moonlit Wilds. Yeah, so they officially launched the game last March 26th. Okay, so of course we need to check their official webpage. Okay, so if you will check the Runiverse.world, you can see their live paper. So usually, of course, live paper, you can see that their tokenomics, the overview of the game. Yep. So of course, as typical format of our stream, we will also check a quick look for their tokenomics because we're into Web3. So yeah, as you can see, by the way, Forgotten Runiverse is powered by Sonic. That's their developer of the game. And okay, so you can see their player ownership here, the game economy, the player-driven economy too, and they also have the minting. Yeah, that's cool. And here it goes, the tokenomics. So usually, sorry. So technically, they have the Quanta and the XP for, I think this is their current token. Yeah, so we will just a quick dive with this one. Since I mentioned in the opening spiel of mine, the integration of pixels. Let's just have a quick look also of their official X account, sharing this integration. This is a big milestone for the Web3 because the multi-token is one of the first. Yeah. So last April they announced it. So technically, you can spend and earn pixels in Forgotten Runiverse. Soon and able to spend Quanta to claim pixels directly in the game. And I believe you can also have the pixels exclusive events items from their font of memory. So yeah, this is cool. Okay, so Of course, before we proceed, I will now introduce you our special guest for today. Open it now. Let's check. Okay, here's the magical team of Forgotten Runiverse. Hello, team. Thank you so much for being our special guest and providing special spark with my stream tonight or today. Okay, so to start, could you please introduce first yourself and tell us about your current role on the team behind the game? Maybe we can start with anyone.
I can start. Hello.
Okay.
Thanks for having us, Regina. This has been lovely. I'm Helen, social and community lead with Bisonic, the team working on Forgotten Runiverse. And it's been an exciting launch. We just had our global early access starting March 26th. And it's been a wild ride with so many fixes, gathering so much feedback, lots of people in our game. It's exciting. It's great to watch it all come together after all the hard work that went into it.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Okay, nice to virtually meet you, Helen.
Yeah, great to virtually meet you.
Okay, next one we have, maybe we call on Hugo.
Hi everyone. Yeah, my name's Hugo. I'm the head of marketing at Bisonic, and yeah, like Helen said, we recently launched into early access, and then even more recently, we announced a Pixels partnership, which is why I'm wearing this lovely robe.
So it's so cool. I hope I'll have that one soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Lastly, we have another one. We call on.
Hi, I'm Madotsuki. I'm the community manager and I work with live ops for Forgotten Runiverse. I've been a part of the community since the start, before it came out, and I've just been here the entire ride, seeing the community grow and the game being developed. And I'm just so excited that we're finally launching this as a live service game where everybody can play and enjoy. And it's been such a long road, and we have such a long road ahead of us. So really excited to be here.
Awesome, team. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we will now dive to the gameplay.
What's your in-game alias? We can party up.
I think it's Regina C32.
All right.
Okay.
Helen, do you want to be the party leader?
I would be honored to be the party leader.
Awesome.
Okay. Oops, why is it like this? One moment, guys. Sorry.
No worries.
That's all good. There's so much run. I feel you. Running streams is hard. Like so much tech.
Yeah. So. Yes. Okay. So let me just log in first.
Now we get to all see what level you got to.
Thanks. Okay, since I will start now, maybe we can start asking you questions. Do you have guys any favorite areas or characters from the game itself?
Well, I know where we all bought our land. I can actually teleport there right now. In the Fae. Yeah. It's a beautiful area it's very spooky. It's different from the starting area that's green, forest rich, colorful. This has like trees that are mushrooms and it's more surreal. There are lots of different types of landscapes in this world. So you'll discover there's a lot of different ways you can have a magical pixel art aesthetic.
Yeah, correct. It's really magical when you play the game. Maybe later you can share it on the screen as well.
Yeah, happily.
Okay. So I just leveled up a while ago. Okay. By the way, you guys just recently launched the game last March 26, right? So everyone, for the early joiners, everyone also received an airdrop, I believe.
Yeah, so if you had participated in some of our earlier betas or alphas, we had big events called, Eve of Memory and New Foundations. Depending on how much mana you had earned or purchased, you were qualified for a Quanta airdrop. And all you have to do is log in. So if you participated in those and you haven't logged in yet, definitely do so to claim the quanta. And then that quanta will allow you to either like invest in buildings, mint items, or use it to claim for Pixel in our new partnership that we have coming up soon. The great news is you can start earning quanta today with or without the airdrop, so you can get a bit of a head start on that. Or you could hold it until we launch XP one day. So when that becomes available, quanta will also be used to help claim that. But the Pixel token will be the most immediate way to claim a token.
Oh no, so I just recently mint or used my quanta to mint or forge something. So I lose the opportunity getting the pixels, but it's okay.
No, you didn't lose it. You still have so much time to keep playing, and it's not too difficult. All you have to do is play the game. You'll get items. You can burn those items at the temple. Doing that will give you mana. The mana can be used at the Font of Memories to roll for things like quanta and land. We've just recently increased the odds of getting land too, so there is plenty of opportunity to get quanta to participate in that future event.
Oh, so it is only not for the early players last March 26th. So as long as you will play the game, is it correct?
So there was an airdrop to kind of give you a big boost if you had been alongside like the beta journey with us. Even if you weren't and you're only starting today, you can still earn quanta. You'll be able to earn quanta throughout the entire lifetime of the game, which we hope is a very long time. I would love to be 20 years older and see how big this world has evolved.
Wow, that's amazing because not all companies or Web3 games offer that kind of opportunity. Yeah, it's a cool strategy. Thank you as a player. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and even aside from that, even if you don't qualify live service now, so earning quanta is part of the gameplay. So as you play through, that's always gonna be gameplay loop where you can earn mana and then use mana to earn quanta from the memory, and then from there you'll be able to use quanta for various things. You can use it to mint items, so you can items that you create in game and trade it in the open market. So there's plenty of ways that you can play the game and earn in many different ways aside from the airdrop. So we're gonna have a second wave of that airdrop for players who are playing now, but even outside of that, you'll be able to continue earning as you play.
Wow, amazing. Oh, the style of you call this generating or what do you call this play to airdrop or play to earn is very amazing in this game. Okay, so while I'm just playing around here, I will just throw also different questions. Okay.
I've also sent you a party invite. So in the bottom right of your screen there, you'll see an envelope. We can all the
can
red
I
icon at the bottom right.
here? Is that
Other
correct?
side.
Okay.
Join us. So Matt
Actually,
right
this
there.
is it's amazing. This is my first time to call this explore this one. So
We're your first party. That's what an honor.
Yeah. So could you please explain to the new players what's this party feature of the game?
Yeah. So you can party up with your friends just like any good MMORPG. You and I are gonna now go on a quest, whatever quest you're on. I'm guessing we're gonna go to the Gathering Tree based on your beautiful hat your wizard is wearing.
Thank you.
You go in here, you can only have parties of 4 right now, but you can quest together, you can gather items together, you can build on your landscape together. It's a big multiplayer focus. We want everyone hanging out and having a good time in this universe with their friends.
Oh, so do you mean, Helen, that this on my screen, these are your characters?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the green one, and Megas Devon is Madotsuki. You could probably tell
okay.
Nada looks the same as the character in game right now.
Yep.
And Hugo
this is cool.
is Eubulus of the astral plane.
I also look the exact same as my character. Or I feel that
Only
way.
on Saturdays. You wear the hat on Saturdays, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So to everyone who's watching, this feature is cool like this. So if you will chat to the team, hey, hi, it will automatically pop up on your head, on over your head there. So yeah. So yes, it's cool. But wait, so you mean if I will fight to monsters or creatures, you guys can join me there?
That's right. Let's
Correct.
go fight something.
I'm
Oh,
actually not
sure.
in the party. I'm just walking beside you guys. So
I
if you
sent you
want
an invite. It's on
to
it.
toss me an
Join
invite,
us.
go
Check
for
your
it.
screen.
Okay.
Check your screen.
There we
Come
go.
on, come on.
All right.
Okay. Let's go for a bigger one.
Oh, we're gonna
Oh,
one
this
shot
is
rat for sure.
awesome.
You have a lot of like protection with like
Big Runiverse bodyguards right now.
now that are all higher level. So you're safe.
Yeah,
You're safe.
this is
Awesome.
cool.
So we can also check your journal, and that'll be where we're tracking our quests. And if we, after this fight, where we show them who's boss, you can check that out to see where to go next in the game to help you along your journey.
Wow.
Yeah. So what we're looking at here too is quite unique to our game. It's the ability to have an active time bar battle system, which some people would consider turn-based, some people would consider active combat. Regardless, there are not a lot of games, maybe we might be the first, that have that active time battle bar in a
Mhm.
MMORPG or multiplayer aspect. So that's been something that a lot of people have really taken to, both from Web3 and Web2 gaming, and we're really proud of what we've been able to accomplish there. As things get higher in difficulty in the game, it becomes more critical to like do the right spells and have the right builds.
Yeah.
We're at the very early game, so we're not too much at risk of getting wiped or anything like that. But yeah, it's something we're immensely proud of, and big shout out to the dev team for all they've been able to accomplish with such a unique system in gaming period.
Yeah, kudos to the dev. Yeah, this is also the first time that I encountered that feature. Anyway, yeah. I'm now torn between asking you the questions and playing the game.
So you're all good.
We're chilling.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, so while we are fighting for this monster, can you also share what makes Forgotten Runiverse stand out from other Web3 MMO, aside that feature you mentioned, Hugo, a while ago?
Yeah. So you want me to take this, or you?
Whoever who's the best.
I'm sure we all have our feelings about what
Yeah.
we're excited about. Do you
We
want
can go down the line if that's easier.
to?
Yeah. Or so maybe you can provide individual insights.
Cool.
Or yeah, sure.
Yeah. Why don't you kick us off, Helen?
Okay, well, I was really drawn to the game first mentality. I think that there's a real need for more recognition of player ownership and creative contributions in MMORPGs. So that's what drew me to this project. This is a team of experienced people from studios like Blizzard that came together and decided they wanted to tackle that and fill that need in gaming. So we're really at the start of something here, and it's just a good free-to-play MMORPG. It's just fun, and all the economic stuff in the back end of everything, that's part of making gaming itself better. That's what I'm really excited about. It's
Wow.
a lot of research
Thank you
going
so
into
much.
it with pixels.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing that.
What I love so much about this game is that it's a big community effort. Like it features stories from the community, it features characters from the community, it features lore from the community. Like there's so many throwbacks. This game was built alongside with the Forgotten Runiverse community, so we really get to see how all these stories get brought to life into the game. They get featured. There's characters from the community that are featured. So, I mean, as you can see, like for me, I'm playing as my NFT character. I have my actual NFT avatar that I'd use. I've character myself, and like being able to see this character in game and play as my character is something that's there's no other way to do that outside of like Web3, right? I feel like it's being able to have the true ownership of your character to play where you can play in a game, and even like I can bring this over to other games too. But like that she has her home base in this game is just so wonderful. And there's stories from other characters. You can see other wizards in the game. Those are all from community characters. We try to pick out community members who have built out stories for their character, they did great artwork and such, and feature them in the game as well. And as we continue developing, we'll continue doing that as well. We'll look for opportunities to include more community members in the game. So we really get a collaborative world that we built alongside with the gamers who are playing.
Yeah, I think that's very important that as the game develops and improves or grow, you with the community.
Yeah.
And
Those are all such great answers. It's hard to follow up, but what I will add in terms of like what is my favorite is that at its core, Forgotten Runiverse is a love letter to all the MMORPGs that both the dev team and the community kind of grew up playing. We've taken a lot of inspiration from older MMOs. From RuneScape to EverQuest to Ultima Online and World of Warcraft, of course. And we've taken systems that players wanted but never really were able to have. And this idea of like owning the items that you get or the progress, you'd be able to you'd get banned for like trading gold outside of the games and stuff like that, or there'd be markets that were created for rare items that people would pay real money for that were only digital. But these were always like third-party sketchy sites that were never really official or even allowed. And so all these players and devs that grew up playing these games want to now enable that in the same type of gameplay that they loved. So we have players going and crafting spells and minting it and trading it for like $20, and it's all encouraged. So outside of the lore that is also owned and integrated into the game, players truly own the progress. They can own their characters, they can own their spells, they can own the buildings that are on the land. There's no NPC shops or anything like that in game. It's all crafted by players. The land is owned by players. The land is used by players. And it's all this beautiful player-owned and thriving economy that's just in its infancy and will continue to grow. So we've seen some pretty amazing things happen on secondaries already, and we want to keep encouraging it because it's truly the vision that we built this game with.
I think even the Forgotten Runiverse is just started out. It's I can say that you guys already meet the expectations of our players, or me, the player itself. So kudos for that.
Yeah, we have like a horde of players here that actually they join the stream. They're stream bombing us to say they love Forgotten Runiverse, they love Bitcoin.com.
Hi. Thank you guys. Maybe I will also check the X account of yours so I can monitor, because from my Twitch we only have 3 or 4 viewers right now. And could you please ask from your X account to drop any questions if they have?
Oh, totally, yeah. We can also check our Discord. If anyone has questions and you're in our Discord, just drop them in Runiverse chat, and we'll see if we can answer some of them live.
Absolutely. Will you
Okay,
please
thank
check your journal for me, Regina, and then I can guide us to the next best place for our quest line.
Oh, sure. So I think I already done with the gathering tree. I'll just need to forge something to give some medicine to the bear. So
Okay,
I think,
let's go to the bear. I'll lead the way here.
okay, sure. Forgotten Runiverse, there are lots of times I being lost in the forest. It's freaking me out.
Every good adventurer gets lost sometimes.
Yeah, it's a good experience too.
To take down wolves.
Oh no, we bumped to some monster.
Super side note, did you guys see that they were able to bring back direwolves?
Yes?
It makes me feel bad like beating up wolves in our game because they look so cute.
Woolly mammoth is next.
Yes. As long as it's not like dinosaurs, that's fine.
No promises.
Oh,
No problem.
we
So-
actually do have a question from the chat. Somebody asked if they need a character to play. This is actually free to play. So if you don't need a Forgotten Roots NFT to play, it's perfectly fine to just create a character and just start. Even if you don't have a wallet, you can start. So it's meant to be as accessible as possible.
Yeah, that's a great point. There's no NFT required. There's not even a wallet required. As Helen mentioned earlier, we are truly a game first, but it's a game that we could not build without blockchain technology.
Sorry, I bump again to the monster, Helen. I missed the team. My gosh.
You know what? The bats are really tricky because they'll leave you and then suddenly they're like, just kidding. They'll pull a 180.
Yeah, correct. They just immediately go to your face.
They
Oh,
do.
you know what I just
Oh,
realized?
no.
Okay,
See that? Oh my gosh.
after this fight, one of the cool things that we have as well is that we have these boosts in game, and if just one person applies a boost, actually your entire party will reap the benefits of it. So after this battle, let me enable a boost so we can gain some more XP together.
Okay, thank you.
Hugo.
Yeah, sharing is
such a-
caring. So
That's so nice with you, Hugo.
True teamwork.
Thank- Yes. Thanks, team. I have my guardians. Strong guardians. Oh no.
okay, after this battle,
We have to run
Maybe
away.
I will
more.
maybe I'll stop sharing my screen and Helen do the honor.
Yeah, sure, if you'd like.
yeah, save the people from this extended close-up of mine.
Hey, you look great in that Pixels gear. What are you saying?
Yeah, shout out to the Pixels team, Luke and Heidi. If you see this, I love this robe so much, and partnership or no partnership, I was getting a robe. So I'm thrilled we got both.
Hugo's been
Yeah.
wearing it to all of our meetings.
It's true. I've been
true.
wearing this way too much. All right, let me enable this boost now. So you should see now a boost active in the middle left side of your screen.
Middle left side. Beside the journal? Okay, this
Yeah.
one.
So we all have an experience boost.
Oh,
You also
thank you,
you
thank
can
you.
claim Gina if you want your daily boost. You haven't claimed yet. That's what the notification is, just above the icon you were. Yeah, you can claim those there.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
also enable a drops boost for us, just because I'm
Um,
feeling twice as nice.
Yeah, regarding for the boost, guys. I think usually when I log in and every day I receive boost.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. So there's a daily boost right now for everyone who logs in. So it's never been a better time to jump in game.
Maybe I will go now with the screen of Helen, so I will not always bump to monsters. Sorry, guys.
You're okay. What we
No,
could
you're fine.
do, I can teleport us to a few of the different cities if you'd like, and you can
Yeah,
check out the different
I
designs
think
we were talking about earlier.
yeah. So I think it's a good visual to our viewers. In line with my question a while ago.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
I'll finish
Okay.
this
Let me
fight.
just
And
sure. Okay, it's all done. Maybe I will now stop screening, and you can share your screen. Okay, it's you. Okay, you're on the lead now, Helen.
oh, I'm honored. Gonna take us to the Red Capital. These are some very money profit focused wizards. And you'll notice the aesthetic is very different from what we were used to in Hedge Wizard Encampment.
I'm coming along for the ride, Helen.
I'm so glad you're here. We'll head into a district, some lore descriptions about the area there, and we have player-owned land in these cities as well that will pass.
Wow.
So cool. If you
So
can,
by the
yeah.
So by the way, to our viewers, just to have the background. A while ago, I asked the team to provide special characters that they love most, or the area or events. So at the moment, Helen is now touring us.
Yes. So you can see it's a lot of tech. It feels very, very punk, cyberpunky. These right here, this is a player-owned plot, and they've chosen to give us a resource gathering station. So I can gather resources here, and when I interact with it, they get some in-game currency for me using their land. There are no shop owner NPCs. The players are the market, right? So, you know,
Yeah.
I've basically gone to their shop as the shop owner.
Mm-hmm.
We have a friend on a magic carpet. Excellent. I'll take us to another city now, and you'll see how vastly different the style is based on the type of wizards and the type of magic.
Wow, so many to explore in this game.
Yes, and there's just more on the way. It'll just keep expanding.
Yeah, you guys just recently dropped the whole zoom out view of the map. It's really big, huge.
Oh yeah, that was a tweet we put out yesterday based on actually it was
Yeah.
based on a community map that someone made, and we were so in awe of how you know how technically like great of an accomplishment it was to display everything so seamlessly. And I was just sitting there zooming in and zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. And then I bugged our creative director Dean to kind of make an asset that really showcased how big the world was just out of early access.
Mm-hmm.
And when the world
Creative director of marketing.
yes,
Tanilo's creative director of
thank
the
you,
game.
thank you, yeah, thank you for the correction. Yeah, and you know, we just as of early access, it's already so big, but the full vision of the game, you know, I think like after doing the math, it's going to be like something like twice the size of Paris, for our
Wow.
little characters. So it's going to be a massive world. It's already big, but it's just going to keep evolving and get bigger and have even more unique biomes. But yeah, Helen, take us through the next one because this is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
too. Solar punk aesthetic.
Okay, so in line with that, the design, the graphics. So can you please also share to our viewers or players what inspired the design or the creation of Moonlit Wilds or the Forgotten Runiverse?
Well, this started with the Forgotten Runes Wizards Cult NFT project that you might be familiar with from
Mm-hmm.
2021. Maddie will correct me if I'm wrong on the date there. It did really well, and they've been franchising ever since. So that includes the comic book series that they've put out, its bestseller on Amazon. That includes the animated series that they're working on, and that included partnering with us at Bisonic to create this MMO RPG. So there was already this rich resource of community-created lore because they're a decentralized lore world-building organization. It's like if you took Lord of the Rings and you had a bunch of people writing their stories for it. So Magus Devon, the character that Nato is appearing as with that awesome VTuber avatar, that is a creative primitive from the Forgotten Runes Wizards Cult that Mato ran with, wrote stories about, and actually ended up in the comic, for example. So that's the foundation upon which our team has built this world. But of course, that involved looking at the lore and then making designs based on the existing lore. We've had our own designers really work hard to create landscapes and monsters that are true to the stories that started there.
Wow, amazing. And also the call this the inspiration is very huge or multiple too. It's kudos to the team.
Thank you.
Yeah, kudos to the team. Kudos to all of our great artists and all of our great designers who have brought this world. Like they took the source material from Forgotten Runes. We have a lot of locations. We started out if I go to the Falroy's map that we all build our stories on, and all the designers, you know, they took a look location names and took a look at all the stories that we were building around these locations, and they really put such an amazing flair on it. Like all the Pixar in this game is absolutely beautiful, and it's not even like fully done yet. Like there's areas in this game where there's going to be more animations, and obviously as the map is going to extend, we're going to see more of those.
Yeah.
And just in general, like everything in this game just looks so beautiful. I'm so happy that they put so much care into crafting this world with us.
Yes, true, true. As a player, I'm so excited to explore myself. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for answering my question. Okay, so to move forward, if you will have to describe Forgotten Universe in 3 words, what would they be?
I've got this.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Whimsical, thoughtful, and fun.
Wow.
I remember to John, our narrative designer, about trying to find a narrative tone. He and our creative director, Tanilo, talked a lot about that, especially in relation with what Elf and the guys at Magic Machine created with Forgotten Runes Wizards called initially. Since there's so many voices, finding something that ties it all together in a narrative tone was a real trick. But generally, it leans very whimsical to bring in all those different magical tones. Sorry, I got a little long there. I'll let someone else get the 3 words.
It's okay, it's okay. Thank you, Helen, for answering that. But yeah, it perfectly fit those 3 description or words.
Yeah. I'll go next. This is a tough but really fun question. I will go with huge because of the map. I will say fun because of like fun / nostalgic maybe. But it's just fun because this is the exact game that I wanted growing up with like a turn-based like JRPG type of feel, but
Yeah.
multiplayer. And then the last word I would have to use is ownership, because players truly own and drive the world, and it's been such a unique thing to roll out and with this level of depth. So those are my 3 words: huge, fun, and ownership.
Amazing, amazing, Hugo. How about you, Mado? Do you have your insights or 3 words for the
Yeah.
game?
I'll say my 3 words would be nostalgic. I really love, great from the aesthetic. It very much reminds me of like SNES days. I will say innovative. I think one thing that I always need for when playing MMORPGs is that kind of player ownership where you're actually able to trade your items that you create in game or that you earn in game, like on markets. It feels like it's always been something that's been taboo, like in traditional gaming, where it's like these markets exist outside of the game, but they don't want you to have participation in these markets. But we actually you to create items. You put so much time and so much effort into this game. You should be able to just freely use items that you have and just trade them on the open market for other people, whether that's for other game items or if you want to trade it for for tokens, whatever you want
Yeah.
to do it for, it's you. So you should be able to take it out of the game and do what you want with it. And I guess the third one that I would say
Mhm.
is, like this game is just a love letter to creativity. I mentioned before how much the community has put into this game, but even just the developers and the designers, they had a lot of free reign to kind of like take the primitives that existed and build off on top of those and just make this huge magical world with us. So
Hey, can we take a question from our Discord quick?
Sure, sure.
Awesome. So someone's asking, what giveaways do we have planned for the future? There is actually some giveaways that we're working on. We will have more information about it soon, but I will say that the giveaway is based on playing the game, and it will be pretty exciting stuff. Like, we've done some social giveaways and those have been fun, but we really want people to interact with the world, and we want to reward the people who are actually playing the game as well. So our next giveaway will be tailored to playing the game, and it will be something I think people will get very genuinely excited about. So keep an eye out on social for that. That is like half of an alpha leak that I'll share. We have
Okay.
another question about when guild halls in the future. That's actually on our roadmap. That's live on the live paper right now. You can check that out. But yeah, guilds are definitely a huge feature that we're going to be wanting to do in the future, and we've already had like a good amount of conversation internally about like the best way to roll that out.
yeah, and we already have people that are actually playing the game right now, and like we're seeing them, start building their towns together because like they actually own the building, they own lands in this game, so they're building towns together, they're coordinating together, They're literally putting themselves on the map for the game before we even launch guilds. So it's amazing coordination in that community building before we even actually have it implemented. And when we actually get to the point where we'll implement guild, we're obviously going to be tapping into those guilds to ask them, what exactly they want to see from guilds in the game. So we'll be able to build it to tailor to what the players want.
Yeah, that's well said. Both from guilds and from our players. Like, it's why we went into early access. We could have done like the typical MMORPG thing of develop behind the scenes for 7 years, but we wanted to genuinely build in public, get feedback, do rapid changes, and tailor this game to what players wanted and what the what our community, as we lovingly call as the cult, wanted. So instead of waiting several years, we got to a place that we felt was fun and enough for the public and respected our vision, and we launched in the early access so we could build publicly alongside of our players.
Such a great call out. Most games take 7 years, 8 years to really get to a point where they're ready to show off. And after 3 years of development, we had so much ready. And there's just so much more that's gonna come. But being able to have this early access period allows us to build alongside everybody and take all the feedback and input and put it into the game. So despite the game being this early in development, still fleshed out, and I'm just so excited for when it fleshes out even more.
Yeah, correct. Honestly, to the community who's throwing questions, that is also one of my question here on my list of if ever the Forgotten Runiverse will be having the guild or player alliance system. But yeah, okay, so that's already answered.
Yeah.
So my question now, my next question. How does the pixel token fit into the Forgotten Runiverse ecosystem? And why did developers choose pixels in the first place?
Yeah, do you want me to take this one since I'm in the robe?
Do it.
Cool. So I think just as a starting point, there is a ton of mutual respect between the projects for what each other have built and what we're continuing to build. I kind of mentioned Luke and Heidi. We had the opportunity to meet at GDC, and it was such an exciting conversation. It was an exciting moment of what could be, and we felt it was a natural fit because of where both of our organizations are kind of building towards, and this philosophy that for this space to grow and evolve, we need to work together. We don't need to be throwing punches at each other in tweets and whatnot. so I think Mato kind of uses this term a lot, which always resonates with me, is that rising tides raise all boats, and we really believe that. In terms of utility, so essentially, as players earn quanta in our game, they'll be able to use that quanta to claim pixel. That's the biggest aspect, I would say, in terms of how players can get rewards. But you'll also be able to purchase things in our game, with pixel. So you can use pixel to purchase mana and these boosts that we had active during our gameplay. There will also be exclusive cosmetic rewards in our font of memory, or a little gacha system that we have. They'll be themed to pixels as well, so it'll feel like a little bit of their world is coming into the Runiverse. And then kind of likewise, there's going to be a little bit of our world going into their game through some events. So this is not just oh, here we're partnering and you can whitelist each other. This is a true deep partnership with a ton of meat on the bone, and something that both communities are gonna have a blast with and just get a ton of rewards. And I keep nailing this point into the ground, but I just really want to make it clear that people understand that you can start earning quanta today. You don't have to wait for the event to start, and it's such a huge ability to get a head start on that event if you play today and start getting quanta before the big floodgates open and everyone rushes in to do it simultaneously. So there's a little bit of an alpha drop there for you guys. Is you can play now and earn quanta now and be ready for the event when it starts.
Yeah. Thank you so much for answering that, Hugo. Honestly, when I talk to Luke, his vision is very amazing. Typically sometimes other companies are competing with each and another, but here in Web3, I see that we should build together, collab together, so we can grow together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's true. I think it's the
Yeah.
truest form of growth and progression is working together.
Yeah. Okay. So to my next question, to everyone, what does true asset ownership mean for players in this game?
That's like Mado question to me.
Go, Meadow. Do the honor, or someone?
Are you muted, madam?
No.
Oops, you're on mute, Meadow. You're on mute.
It's just a silent protest.
Well, I can take this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we were talking before about what I'm excited about with this game and what it brings to just gaming in general, I can expand a bit on that. It's the asset ownership and the acknowledgement of players' creative contributions that excites me about Web3 in general. So in this game, that means you can own land. It means that the players are the shop owner NPCs. It means that you can mint most items, that it's still just a fun, free-to-play online game that anyone can be a part of, where you don't even need a wallet to play. But if you want to be part of that ecosystem, if you want to become the shop owner, you can. And we've already seen a lot of popular spells and people becoming really strong that way. It's what you already see in Web 2 with gray markets. The difference is that it's not breaking the terms of service to do it for our game. And I think that's the promise of Web3 that I'm looking forward to seeing built out more by more companies, us, Pixels, everyone in Web3 who's doing this.
Awesome. Yeah, correct. It's also a good vision to the players as well. Okay, so for next, everyone, since you guys, the Forgotten Runiverse recently integrated the pixel token to the game, are there any plans to include other tokens like, tokens or NFT integration as well?
I will say, we definitely have more partnerships to have, down the line. This was just like our initiative to start the partnership program. We do plan on integrating more. We won't have any news on what our next partners will be. For now, we're completely focused on Pixels right now, and so just in general, we want to just open up the opportunity for other games to integrate with us. Games, there's so much other talent and so many other games in the space and completely different genres. Like Pixels, is a different genre from what we are, but we still love exactly what they're doing, and we feel like that there's good coordination for our games to integrate with each other. And in general, there's probably other games, especially in the Ronin ecosystem, that we can be looking at to potentially have partnerships as well.
I see. Thank you for answering that, Meadow. Finally, a while ago you're on mute.
Yeah, I was coordinating too many tabs, and I was trying to find this one. Like, I know I'm muted, but I don't even know where I'm at.
Okay, it's good you're back. Okay, thank you so much for answering that, Mado. Okay, for new players or also new to crypto, how can you tell or describe or how easy the game to start playing?
Super easy. That is one of the core visions of this game. We want it to be very accessible. That's why you can just go to this browser and start playing. You don't need a wallet. You don't need to download anything. It's just like RuneScape and the games you know and love that are MMORPGs on Web 2. You have an email address, you log in, and you can start playing and enjoying whole quests. We're not gating anything. We're just proving the concept of what Web3 can bring to what we already love in this industry.
Yeah. And part of that is, like we said before, you don't even need a while to start playing. Well, it's true, like as traditional gamers would expect, you just name an email. You can connect the wallet later, so we want the Web3 aspect to be like an additive to what's already fun core gameplay. So even when there's a Web2 gamer who hasn't even experienced anything with crypto, we even had somebody in the Discord who come up and say like, hey, I've never even touched NFTs or crypto before. Can you teach me how to make a wallet so I can, start minting items that I've earned and gained, So that pipeline of having that ease where people can kind of ease into crypto even if they haven't had interest in it before, that's part of what we're trying to enable with this. It's just an easy game that you can just get in like any other game, and then the more advanced aspects of it you can hop into later when you're ready.
Yeah, that was such a heartwarming moment too, to see like our community step up to even like cover gas fees from some of these new to Web3 players. Actually, Mato did the same thing to me when I was starting off and I was doing my first like wallet transactions. I had no idea that there was gas fees, and Mato like helped me cover it, and it was like, yeah, like the community and or the cult, as we like to call them, they are so supportive of one another, and it truly is like such a strong foundation to build this game off of. We have a few more questions from the Discord that I'll get to quick. Also, shout out to Tutu for trying to get me to leak things that'll get me fired on the Discord. Almost got me. It was tempting. But we'll talk about more of the pixel tokenomic aspects at a future date. In terms of content and features, what percentage do we currently have access to? That is such a good question. I think it's really hard to quantify, but that's kind of the beauty of live service, is this will always grow and evolve for as long as we are physically, mentally able to do so. It's hard to put a number to it, but it's like, it could be like, it could be as little as like 0.05%. This world is so big. There's so many things we can do. There's so many things we have planned for. It really is like the world is like our oyster type of scenario where we have so many features, so many stories to tell. PvP is one that we kind of have on our minds a lot right now as well. We've been doing some cool discussions around that. I got to read a PvP document of like our first stabs into it, of what it could be, parallel to all the fixes and everything that we're doing live. Like, what have we had, guys? Like, what, 7 to 8 like hot fixes in under a week and a half? Like, the speed at which we are moving now has been incredible, alongside the feedback we have from players. So sorry, this is a very long-winded answer, but what we're seeing today could be microscopic of what will be in like 5, 6, 7 years, and that truly excites me so much. I don't know if anyone else wants to try and take a stab at like what percentage of what we're seeing now is like the big pie in the sky idea, but I think it could be microscopic.
Okay, yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you also to the community who is dropping questions from the Discord. By the way, so maybe I'll just also throw a question now. It's okay?
Please.
Okay. So along the journey, can you please tell us, enlighten me, when was this game recently released? I believe you guys released last year, if that's correct.
This year, March 26th. So we've had some betas that the community really helped us with, but it's only now that we're permanently online as of March 26th. We're calling it Global Early Access because we have so much more in store that we envision as the full game that we're going to release over time, but we're building alongside the community here. And it will not be wiped the way it has been in other betas. Your progress is permanent now. The game is officially live.
Oh, I see. So last year is just only a test or a open beta.
Yes, that's right. But we had many, and they were great. We saw a lot of players in there from the cult. So thank you. We're so grateful to them for being with us this whole journey.
Awesome. Yeah. So in line with that question and answer, along the way, when you're guys building the game, what were the biggest challenges your team faced during the development?
Well, we were talking about the difference in people who come from traditional gaming backgrounds have an understanding of how long it takes to develop a whole world like this, and you add a monster and maybe that'll inadvertently break something else over here you don't have to go fix. Like it's not a perfect setup building through code.
Yeah.
So I think being able to do this in 3 years is a huge achievement, but understandably people were really excited the whole time. There was a lot of pressure to get it done really quickly, and I think understanding those different attitudes in Web3 about like how quickly everything moves in this space versus how much time and care our development team wanted to put into the game. I thought that is a hurdle, but it's kind of a happy problem to have because these people were saying this because they were excited and they believed in what we were creating here. So a lot of love, but it was a challenge.
Yeah. I think it's also part of the success in every company, or in every game. Okay. Since we are talking about the challenges, this year also the AI also booming up with the Web3 game. So are you guys also open to integrate the AI knowledge with the game, or you guys only wanted to have the real user with the game?
And yeah, we definitely want real users in the game. I'm sorry, I was reading a Discord question, so I didn't get the full thing. You're asking about if we wanted AI users or real users. We're definitely aiming to have like an actual organic player base, with actual users and actual players. And we already see that like the game's just organically building. As I said before, there's guilds there in the game that are already started to put their name on the map by actually building locations. All the land that's on the map is like organically on the map rather than just kind of like off into like your own. As you explore the world, you'll actually see player-owned buildings and player-owned structures. And so like all of that is like, making sure that the actual players are, like, as we said before, like, there's no NPCs. So even when it gets to the point of like, NPC shops and stuff, we even don't want those by AI. We want the players running the shops and the players handling most of the game, most of the economy. So it's definitely focused on the human player.
Yeah. Because also this is a hot topic, and I always ask that question to the founders. And if you guys watch what Luke mentioned from my interview with him, he also bullish for integrating a security system there, like the world coin he mentioned there. Okay, thank you, Mado, for answering for that insight of yours. Okay, so to move forward, how do you guys ensure sustainability in the play-to-own model?
Oh, we've had a few interviews with the team that give full details here on our YouTube. We have the Summoning Circle series, and the one we released just before the update launch, March 26th, is focused on the economic side of things. So Bruce, our CPO, and Nico, our economist on the team, they're really the most qualified, and they were happy to share the full details. But we are basically monitoring so much behind the scenes, and we can make adjustments as we go. We already have. So for example, the way players were earning quanta from their plots of land didn't feel the way we wanted it to. So we made some adjustments to make it feel better for our players after receiving their feedback. We're also only ever giving out a certain amount of each resource every day. The game's only trying to give out a certain amount, so you don't run into people, flooding the market in a day when the game's really popular and lots of people signed in that day, right? So basically a lot of monitoring and a lot of controls to adjust as we go based on what we're seeing from players.
I see. Thank you, Helen, for answering that. And I think it's also what the users are looking forward to.
This is, the Pixel, I have to mention Pixel too, because integrating their token and being able to see how that affects the economy, that's going to be huge for our team. I mean, this is going to be great to study as we develop an economy from the beginning. So we're really grateful that we're able to collaborate with them to get more knowledge for all of us in this industry about how that affects an economy, integrating a token.
Yeah. Okay, so I think this will be my last question, and I will open the floor to the community, the Discord community of yours. Okay, so at the moment, do you guys have any best moments that you are proud of in the project so far?
Oh,
Like
man.
Hugo and Mato.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think there's so many. Is the honest answer. Thinking back to like doing new foundations, and like that was one of our betas, and we were expecting like a few hundred players to come and beta test this thing with us, and we got multiple thousands of people simultaneously logging on. That was a moment we were all like, oh my god, like we truly have something here that people are excited about. That was like one of the moments that was like really like, holy crap. I think another moment too is when it ended, when we had people spamming banana in our Discord, which is like a little bit of a tradition. It went on for 2 days. It went on for 2 days. People were spamming banana in our Discord. That was like pretty heart touching to see in a really funny way. And
Yeah.
then the last one I'll bring up from my side was like when we launched and we got to like celebrate with our entire team in a call all together, and people were just like thanking each other and congratulating each other for like these 3 years of development, ups and downs, and to finally put a game out together that we're all proud of. Was such a moment and such like a huge accomplishment for anybody, any dev team, anything. But like I truly think like what we have at Bisonic is something so incredibly special. I've been in the industry 10 years, over 10 years. I've been at a lot of teams, but there is something so uniquely special about this group that just makes it just an incredible thing to be a part of. And then also have to give Magic Machine flowers for building an IP that is so compelling, that allowed us to build a world like this on top of. So that's probably my biggest moment. Sorry it took so long. Mato,
It's okay.
I don't know if you want to jump in with, because you've been around a lot longer than all of us actually. So
Yeah. I mean, I think, aside from seeing it all come together, like I said, it's been 3 years in the works. I've been a part of the community when it came out. Seeing the game actually come to fruition, there's been, so many projects that I feel like, they've been trying to build something like this, but like we actually be able to deliver it, and I'm so glad that we have. I think one key moment that stands out to me in particular is, we connected how we build alongside of the community. We've actually tapped into that. So for key artwork, we featured community characters that were prominent within the community, and seeing when people recognize that their characters are being used in those artworks, or seeing when people recognize their Easter eggs in the game, those are like really great moments for me. When people say that they're surprised to see like how much that we're actually trying to incorporate all of their ideas into there, and like it's like commissioning professional art made specifically like to showcase their characters that they've been creating. That for me is just, it's the heartbeat of the project, seeing everybody's creations come to life with the game, and creating an experience that others can enjoy, even if they're not into the community at a deeper level, like to actually own these characters. So I mean, that's a great moment for me, seeing people react to the inclusions that we put into the game.
When you guys are sharing these things, I just conclude that the game is really really new, but the community, the support is very huge already. So I think so I think there will be more growth, and I'm so excited for the game, what will bring us more to the audience. Okay, so that's all my questions from my end. I am opening the floor now to the community or to the other users who want to throw questions to our team, to the developers?
As I fight a bear.
Okay.
Fighting the bear market, one bear at a time, I think was the tweet. we put out recently.
Oh yeah.
By the way, on my Twitch, let me just also check. Oh, I just have spammers.
That'll
Yes,
happen.
yes,
All good.
correct.
We do have a question from our side asking about if PvP is in planning. The answer is yes. I will not expand for now, but yes. Like I think I mentioned earlier, I got to take a sneak peek at a document Bruce was putting together, and oh boy, that's gonna be fun. so I won't say anything more than that, but yeah, it's definitely planned.
Okay, let's just stream for a while, and maybe I will just open my clock for about 1 minute, and then I'll just make things a wrap up.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Yes. Okay. While Helen is streaming and sharing her screen.
Helen, did we ever get to see your plot in the Fae? I don't remember.
Yeah, I went over to Maddo's, but we can go back.
Oh, right.
All the cute little mushroom trees.
Could also showcase some of the player cities too. I don't know if we got to do that. Like Gem City, recently, bit of a spicy secondary sale there. But yeah, I think we'll go to Helen's screen and we can check out some of these, some of these player cities that people have built and other players are using.
Are these their very own lands?
Yeah, those are all player-owned lands. Yeah.
You guys recently give away a free land. I also share it on my X, but unfortunately I didn't win.
There'll be more opportunity. You can actually still win land from the Font of Memory or our gacha. So just by playing, you always have a chance to win some land.
Wow, this is awesome.
Oh,
So-
I think is this Gem City, Helen? Yeah,
Yes,
this is Gem
Gem
City.
City.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is actually one of the town plots that recently sold for 56,200 RON. Quite a big deal. This is actually somebody bought this before the game launched. They developed their land, so as you can see, they put gathering stations, they put buildings on their land, and then after developing this land so much, they decided they wanted to sell it off to somebody who put a good offer on it. They're still part of the game. They actually said they kind of have a plot of land that's right next to here. So they still live pretty much in Gem City. They've built the city up themselves. They got a great offer on it. David, somebody interested in continuing developing on it, and then they have a nice humble approach to it. So I think that was really great to see that kind of interaction this early into the game's life, where we get to see somebody, start off from just scratch, build value to their land, and then have people who are interested in, taking on that torch. And then they still want to take part in the game, so they just have a nice little smaller house next to it, and you get to see it develop alongside, kind of like the baby at the start, they get to see it grow up. I'm really excited about that. I think that was a great moment. It just happened yesterday, so.
Yeah. Just out of my curiosity, is there a way or feature soon that I can sell my land, something like that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All the lands are NFTs, so they can be sold on open market. You can actually buy the
Oh, I
land right
see.
now. As I said just yesterday, this town plot that she's in right now, this is owned by a player. This was sold just yesterday. So that's a thriving economy that players can engage in. There's lots of economic loops that players can engage in. This, whether it's items, whether it's the quanta to earn tokens, or whether it's just land, like I just said. So there's plenty of opportunities and different avenues for players to take.
I
Yeah.
see. I think this is a great strategy, similar to Axie Infinity before. To players had an option to grind, and players also have an option to buy.
Going to another city now. Lots of players here. Hello, everybody. What was this? Check out what they built.
Yeah, so as you see, he's going through, these are player-owned cities, so all these buildings, all these structures, they're placed there by players. So like as you play to begin, you can get like all the materials and stuff to build. And when players use like their facilities, so when they use like a forge, that way they can create equipment. You earn quanta when players use your plot of land. So like people to make enticing buildings where they have like the best recipes for players to come in and craft with. So that way you can get more players visit. Like I said, this is the player-owned economy. That even comes down to just how players are building the world together.
Yeah. This is a player's house, so everything in there is items that they found and forged.
Wow.
Super cute.
Yeah, I love the purple one.
Yeah, right? Some green magic.
Big fan of purple, if you can't tell.
Yeah, love purple.
Between the hat, the hair, and the robe on here.
Yeah. Do we have more questions from your team?
I think that is most of the questions that I saw from our Discord.
Okay, so for my wrap-up question, can you give us a short teaser or information what's coming next in Forgotten Runiverse, aside this big announcement, Pixel token integration?
Yeah, so aside from the Pixels one, so actually with the Pixels event, when we do that, we will have a huge update alongside there, and then we have another update planned afterwards. So there's two big updates coming that our players will love. One will come alongside that Pixels event where you'll be able to use Quanta to claim Pixel, and then after that we'll have another more even more content focused update. So that'll be huge.
Yeah, okay. I think that's exciting, and I will also personally stay tuned to it. Okay. So aside from X, since we're streaming it on X too, can you also share here where our players can stay updated to the events and announcement in general?
Someone from the social team, take it away.
Yeah. You can find us on Discord. Oh my God, Heather, you take it.
Okay.
You can find us on Discord. We just started our YouTube channel. Our Twitch channel is starting up, so you can find us on those socials as well. But most of our announcements will be on Discord, and please follow us on our other socials as well. You can see that there's a great series called the Summit Circle that Helen's been hosting. There are episodes of those to where she goes into depth of interviewing various community members, developers, and getting like a really good deep insights into the game. So please check those out. And yeah.
Thank you, Mado, for sharing that. Okay, so for my last but not the least question, do you guys final words to your community, to the new players who are about to play the game and or haven't tried the game, and to some of the developers planning to dive into Web3 game as well?
Oh, that's fun. I think.
But maybe we can answer it one by one. Final words for your community first.
Thank you for helping us get this far. We wouldn't be here without you showing up for those open betas. You made our servers stronger. You helped us figure out how to combat bots. You helped us set up this whole economy. So it's because of you that we've made it this far. Thank you so much.
Okay, how about for the players haven't tried the game?
Oh, if you haven't tried the game yet, then I hope that you'll join us. It's very easy to get started. Even if you just want to check out the story, you can just check out the story. If you want to get involved in the Web3 aspects, you can get involved in the Web3 aspects. There's something for everyone. It's a game. It's about it being fun. So we're about the fun first. It's a game first. Hope you'll join us.
Okay, and for the last question, for the Web3 developers that have thinking to join the Web3 case, do you guys have any words of inspiration for them? Maybe Mado or Hugo?
Yeah, Mado, do you want this one?
Yeah, for me, I would say, Web3 is all about collaboration. It's all about interoperability. So if you've got some great ideas, and you want to build, go for it. And maybe someday along the lines in the future, we're gonna be here for development for years. You got a great idea, maybe we'll integrate with you in the future and partner up as well. It's all about interoperability, it's all about connectivity, it's all about ownership, and that is the core of it as well. Follow your dreams, develop what you want to develop.
Wow, that's very strong. Follow your dreams. Okay. So those are the I think we can have a wrap up or end up spill now. That's a wrap for today, everyone. A huge shout out to the Forgotten Runiverse team. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us and dropping all the alphas today. And also for the Discord community. Thank you for sharing your questions and giving us your time, joining our stream here. And also, please follow us on Twitch for more updates or for different Web3 games. I will exploring more soon. From exploring the Moonlit Wilds to Pixel Token integration, this was one epic ride. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. And if you love the vibes, don't forget to follow us and share. We've got more Web3 gaming action coming your way right here on BTC Web3 Gaming with me, Regina. Until next time, stay legendary and keep exploring the Runiverse. Until next time, everyone. Thank you.